Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in again. This one is, you know, a little bit more of a heart to heart. It's a little bit closer, it's a lot more closer to my heart than some of my other videos, which are more like tutorials and things. This one's more of an advice video. As you can see by the title, this video is all about how I became more confident with dressing differently and dressing alternatively, and also just advice for girls and boys and people out there who feel like they want to start dressing more like themselves, or maybe aren't so acquainted with what it feels like to do that, and are maybe feeling a bit anxious, or maybe you've been dressing differently for years and this is just like a nice little advice refresher for you. But I just really wanted to film this video because I do get questions quite a lot about how, you know, like, do you ever feel like nervous? Does it not make you anxious that people stare at you? You know, I had funnily enough, I had a moment where I was on the train and someone was taking pictures of me without my consent, without my permission, and that's another story for another day. But it sadly happens because people, you know, they don't see people like us every day who dress how we truly feel and dress how our personality truly is. You know, they probably just want to fit in. So this is a video for all my beautiful girls and guys out there. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and please comment down below what kind of videos you'd like to see from me, because I always love to listen to my subscribers, and our family is growing a little bit more each day, and it's really lovely to see. It's lovely to see that you guys like to see more stuff from me, so for sure I would love to hear your suggestions. So my first point is, stop thinking you have to please other people, because you don't. That is the last thing I think. When I pick out an outfit from my eclectic pastel wardrobe, I'm not thinking, oh, you know, Deborah or Karen down the street is gonna, you know, be pointing and staring at me. Her kids are gonna be crying and laughing at me. I'm not thinking about that. You know, I'm just thinking, this is a fucking cute outfit, excuse my French, and I want to wear it, and I know I'm gonna feel absolutely amazing in it, so why not? I feel a lot of misconceptions about dressing alternatively as well is that people think you're dressing for other people, because I mean, I understand the perception that, you know, you're dressing, you know, a little bit louder than everyone else. Your outfit speaks more volumes than maybe like a white tee and jeans, so people automatically think this is just another fault in society. But people automatically think that because you're dressing louder, you know, you're asking for more attention, which is never the case. Chances are, usually, if people, you know, actually like get that question asked to them, they'll be like, no, like, it just so happens that my outfit is louder, but that expresses how I feel in myself, how my personality is, you know. If people are attracted to that, that's their business. That's nothing to do with me, you know. Yeah, it is, you know, a coincidence that people do find dressing differently, people that dress differently, you know, like I said, the outfits are a lot more extravagant than everyday, but that has nothing to do with you, sweetheart. We dress like this because it truly is how we feel. But yeah, please don't think you have to please other people. My second point kind of leads on really nicely from my last point, and that is, if, you know, you do actually think of people, or if you are a little bit more inclined to think, oh God, what are they thinking of me? Or, oh God, like, so many people staring at me. And this tends to happen as well if you're quite new to the alternative fashion community as well. But let me just say this. If they are staring at you, 80% of the time, they adore your outfit. I've had so many times, even when I'm at work, where I have people just stare at me. I have people stare at me for a good 30 seconds, just staring at me whilst I'm trying to do my thing. And then a minute after, they'll be like, I really like your hair, by the way, or I really like your outfit. So chances are, most of the time, these people are usually a little bit envious about what you wear, and are envious of the confidence you possess to actually, you know, pull off such a amazing outfit. So please don't ever think that most of the time people are looking at you because they're laughing at you or because they think you're stupid. Sadly, there are those imbeciles out there that do think like that, but usually their brains just don't have a very big capacity and they are not used to seeing such amazing individuals like ourselves. Most of the time people are usually looking at you because they are in love with your outfit and because they're questioning why they can't dress like that, and you know, you looking at you is a reflection upon them, so please remember that too. That's like a nice little confident booster one too. I also want to say, wear what you want. It sounds very similar to the first point, but wear what you want and don't let other people dictate you. In the same sense that, you know, you should not dress to please other people. You shouldn't, you know, dressing alternatively, in my case, dressing pastel and kawaii and J fashion. Yes, you shouldn't let other people, you know, you shouldn't be dressing for other people in the sense that, you know, you should have to please them because you should have to follow the latest trends and stuff. Chances are, if you're dressing alternatively, you do not give a flying F about what is currently on the runway, what is hot in high street stores. Also, another point is that if people are buying from high street stores and if they are buying fast fashion, which is, you know, again, that's another story for another day, but you can obviously still buy fast fashion if you're dressing differently, but chances are, if you are just a mainstream consumer who buys into the trends, other people will have that same top or have those same jeans or even wear that same outfit, and you will see it if you go out enough. And you know, sometimes it can be a bit saddening because you're like, well, you know, this is my little thing. Even people who dress, you know, normally I put in, you know, very loose terms, they probably still have that little bit in them where they're like, oh, this is my thing. So when they see someone else wearing that same blazer or something that they got, they're a bit like, you know. So the beauty of also, like, if in my case you shop secondhand or you shop more vintage for your finds, for your fashion finds, no one else is going to have them, and you are going to be the most unique person ever because no one else can look like you, because those items are so rare and so, you know, like different compared to what we're seeing in Topshop and Zara. Just saying. I also wanted to say, wear things that make you feel happy and make you feel positive about your body, because there's nothing worse than maybe wearing a skirt, a really short skirt, or wearing a little bandeau top and you feel very conscious of maybe your shoulders, your belly, your legs, etc. Whatever it may be for you. Everyone has insecurities. There's nothing worse than feeling like you stick out like a sore thumb primarily just because of your insecurities, on top of dressing differently, because, you know, it's enough for people to look at you because you don't look like the everyday person, but for you to have this mental demon thinking, oh god, they're looking at my flab, they're looking at my rolls, it's not nice. So what I always say is, eventually you can wear those things, you can build up the confidence to wear those things and to maybe style them in such a way that does make you feel a lot more comfortable, but you should always dress comfortably. Even, you know, in my kind of style, my outfits, you know, comfort isn't usually the first port of call, it's usually the look over comfort, but, you know, at the same time you should prioritize comfort, because that is also another way of feeling confident in your fashion, you know, I hope that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I try to push myself, I try to challenge myself with some outfits that I wear that, you know, I'm like, oh god, it might be showing off like a little bit of myself that I'm not that comfortable about, or I'm not, you know, fully accepting of yet. But, you know, everyone is on their own journey, and please don't think that you need to show everything or you need to absolutely wear all the items in the world, all the different types of clothing items, because we all have different body types, and that's another thing to consider when dressing alternatively, is that, you know, sometimes, especially in kawaii fashion, you know, one size fits all, especially in Japanese fashion. A lot of the clothes come up a lot smaller just because the consumer over there may be a little bit smaller than, say, the Western consumer. So please don't think that you should feel isolated because of your size or because of your shape, because there's always ways, there's always little shortcuts to still dressing beautifully and feeling amazing. This point is really close to my heart because I have to always remind myself of this, because people love to drag you down and people love to see you as vulnerable because you're different or because something about you is slightly, you know, in this conversation that we're having, you dress differently. And guys, I cannot stress this enough. The amount of bravery and courage it takes to actively choose to not follow trends, to not, you know, wear a white tee and jeans, to not buy into fast fashion and follow what everyone else is wearing. I cannot stress enough the bravery it takes to choose to actively rebel against that. That is badass in itself, and you should always remind yourself that I am so amazing for literally just choosing to do this. Another positive point that people very rarely think of is if you're dressing differently, you're catching eyes of lots of different people, and in many cases, if you hang out in maybe, in my case, central London or places where, you know, I don't know, people from really amazing backgrounds, whether it be magazines, whether it be Instagram, different opportunities, you know, they will see you and they will remember you. So the beauty of dressing differently as well is that you'll always be remembered, and that makes you more inclined to pick up more opportunities than the average person. So please, you know, if you ever feel a down day, or if you ever think, God, like, I'm really not feeling it, remember that, you know, this is kind of a currency in a way, a social currency. So you do you, boo, and you get that coin, you get that bag, and let those people see you and let them remember you. My last point is, again, quite mushy, but remember, and I've kind of touched upon it, but you are being true to yourself by simply choosing to dress differently. You are actually, chances are, dressing differently is a reflection of how you feel within. It's a reflection of your interests, your opinions, your music taste, whether you're an art student, and all of these things, you know, make you you and make you unique. And by choosing to reflect that on the outside, you are being so true to yourself, and you are choosing to not turn that off and to not shy away from what makes you you. And that is so beautiful, and most people cannot say the same. So please remember that you are the truest form of yourself, and that is a very beautiful thing. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I think it's going to be a quite short but sweet one, but yeah, I really hope this helped you. Some of the points may seem like they're a bit regurgitated from I don't know, like different opinion or advice videos, but these are the points that specifically make me feel more confident about dressing differently and help me out in the real world when you do have people staring at you, when you are the weirdest looking person on the train, you know, and you need this little confidence boost to help you through the day. So I really hope this helped you guys, and even if you don't dress differently, this is by no means a kind of bash against normal dresses at all. This is literally just a little guide for my beautiful cuties out there who choose to dress differently. If you don't dress differently, that's fine. I'm sure there are other ways that you reflect who you are and what makes you unique through other means, you know, but this is specifically about fashion. So I really hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in my next one, guys. Stay true to yourself. Bye, cuties.